Yes, we're finally live. Just so you know, I did not start broadcasting late. It was literally Twitch being a pain. I have been trying to stream for the past, who knows how long. Now I think I need to go in and reload my channel inside on my videos there. And then we will, once I share everywhere, unless things start popping in and showing me that they're on. So, Facebook. That was annoying. I have never been that annoyed before well, actually I have once or twice, but this time it was literally Twitch because I tried 3 different streaming apps and none of them would work. And to me, that's just downright, at least something should have worked. So the fact that 0 of them worked is a huge issue and shows it's not the usual issue of omelets. And everything should be working correctly. Okay, we need white and red. So we need this guy, and this guy, and this guy, and this guy, and this guy. Come on, I'm not after the ingredient vault. Guess I'll leave that guy for now. Now I have to be really careful. Well, let's do this. Then it'll reshuffle where everything is. Because that was annoying. Okay, we have. Come on, behave. I forgot to plug in my fan. I do have the air conditioner going, but I forgot to put the fan back on when I got back in there. Hopefully that'll help. Now let's see. Oh, we have another white one right there. I did not say that. I said that white right there. Okay, now nope, he's not getting placed. No matter how much he wants to be, he's not getting replaced yet. Or getting placed yet. I have to get my base. This, 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 and this. And now let's go for a drive. Let's actually quickly go tell everyone that it's working now. Okay, let's go drive around a little bit. Obviously we have to if we're going to. One thing I thought of with the channel points when we get them, if we can get there, is you can be live, you can use channel points and have me stay live longer. Or if you're awake and up and need something or want someone to watch, or if you like what's going on, you can use them to get me to stay live longer. Obviously, eventually, there would be a max amount of time I would stay that they could be used to have me stay live. Maybe gift a sub to a channel, to a certain person on a channel. I don't know there. We'll see. We'll just have to, can make up for, or to get over the viewership that I had when we first, that I had 31 days ago, which actually was less than one, I believe. So, or it was one, or just barely one, over one. So if we can even get an average of 2 viewers today for the stream, even for, I think, even just 30 minutes, we may be able to push it to affiliate today, high enough for affiliate today. Anyone else that jumps on today would obviously push that even high, raise the chances even higher. Because I did look, and we're still in the point where 30 days ago we had low views. Really low views. So the more higher views that we can get, more like the 3 to 4 average I've been getting, the better the chance of raising that viewership enough to get me to affiliate. From there, I will be deciding on where I'm going to get, what emotes I'm going to do, and whatever else, if I'm going to do them myself, or if I'm going to have someone do them. Also asking about, or I do have some ideas. I may just ask my daughter-in-law if she would be willing to. I may ask, or at least do some of them. I may pay for some friends to do some. We will just have to wait and see. But we will, as soon as we can get affiliate, because I have been trying to get that for a while. As soon as we have affiliate, we will then make decisions on the emotes. I have also thought maybe some of them I could try a hint that someone that I was watching, Kid Kazma, actually did for his emotes. And yes, it's kind of, it's not fully doing them on your own, it's tracing. But at the same time, that might be the best art you get from me. And it may allow me to do some other things in the future. And then if you wanted, you could see how horrible I am at art compared to, maybe I can see if somewhere I can find some of my sister's same art teacher she had the whole way through. She was 2 years behind me in school and about 9 months behind me in life. She's about 9 months younger than me is all. Well, actually, no, not 9 months, 13 months. I was born in October, as I've said many times on this channel. Where part of the state changed their cutoff date, and then the rest of the state changed their cutoff date later. And which actually ended up really interesting, because when we were living, actually I think we didn't move to where the rest of the state did the cutoff date until later cutoff date. I had someone in my class who was actually a year older than me to the day. I think it was actually maybe even a twin, him and his twin. Set of fraternal twins, so a girl and a boy actually had that. And then later on, we had moved to the part of the state where the cutoff date was the earlier day, and surprisingly, I had someone with the exact same birthday as I had. To the year. Not even the date, the year. So that was kind of funny to experience. So growing up, I actually only had, I think, 1 year in school that someone that I went to school with did not share my birthday. Whether I knew about it or not was a whole different story, but at least someone did not share my birthday. So that one was kind of interesting. So we are just gonna pull through here. I forgot that there was a cash drive-in going on. Or not. Yeah, it's called the Cash Drive-In. It's a old, out to even attempt. I thought of getting out and walking too, rather than driving around. But trying to find parking, the number of people around, no, it's not happening. So I'm going to go to another area that usually has a lot of inns and stuff, and we will stop there and see if we can pick up some more port keys. Not realizing the way the road was and the terrain and everything. It suspected what happened. No one knows for sure, obviously. But she was driving home. She went to work, was driving home, and it suspected what happened was she lost her bearings and thought she was on one road when she wasn't. And the road it suspected she thought she was on is about 20 miles an hour faster and doesn't have a huge turn like this one does. But this one, that huge turn is right by a pond. If she hit the turn, if she didn't make the turn and somehow going in was knocked out or something, she would have had trouble, or she probably wouldn't have woken up in time. Okay, no parking here either. Trying to think where else I can go. We'll have a decent drop. We can go down below for a minute and then try and think while I'm at it. Anyway, if she was knocked out, she may have drowned before she could wake back up. I know that's what's assumed happened to my grandpa. different circumstances. His was in a plane, private plane, but same idea is assumed to have happened to my grandpa, that he got knocked out and they just never could go from there. You know, he just, when you're knocked out, if your body realizes you're low in breath, you breathe. Even if you breathe in water. And if he would, you know, if you're still unconscious, you will suffocate before you can get air. Whereas if you're conscious, sometimes you can get out of situations. Not always, but sometimes. So, what's going on right now is I'm stopped at a light and I don't want to be playing on the phone while I'm still driving. So I'm just waiting for the light to turn to allow me to cross. And it should be soon, because the walk hand already went off and our walk hands usually, so now it's, yeah, that's what I thought. One warning, if you're in Logan, as soon as the hand starts, if you're ever in Logan, Utah, and you're crossing, as soon as the hand starts blinking, almost immediately the light going the other way is turning yellow. So, when it goes to stop, usually you need to be back on the sidewalk. So, just a warning, I know that's not the way it is for most places. It's very frustrating, and for anyone who has not experienced it, it can be scary to be in the middle of the road and all of a sudden you see the lights changing. And yet the hand just barely said stop walking. And for many people, that stop walking, they think is, okay, don't start crossing, and if you're in the walk, hurry across. In Utah, it's literally, you better get across now. Okay, let's see. Do we have I don't see any of the port keys we need. Let's go ahead and get some energy. Hi, Valerina. Thank you for joining. Hi, Orca Jade. So yes, I was going too fast. That's actually why I was just talking. If I stayed near my place, we would have nothing really to go off of. So let's go find some. That wasn't what I was after. This is. Okay, we already have enough of these until I can pop some port keys. That one is my favorite dragon. I will make it clear. We have enough of these. Okay, and now my brain is running 100 miles an hour. What if we were to do a story? Obviously, we have to finish Amy's story first. But about a girl that is able to tame all the dragons to the point that they are not as dangerous, or even a dragon that actually is a human too. Yes, I'm strange. My brain comes up with ideas all the time for different books, I will be honest. I was kind of thinking my next book might be vampires, but nothing felt right. Well, that could be why, I'm not ready for vampires yet to fix the vampire issues in the Wizarding World. But what if I was ready to fix, but maybe I'll be ready to fix the dragon issue in the Wizarding World once they are able to deal with, once the werewolves are dealt with and they realize the difference. Maybe we can fix the dragon issues. And maybe vampire issues just kind of fix themselves. Because vampires aren't looked at as badly as werewolves, and maybe that's it. Maybe it's I don't need to fix anything for vampires. Who knows? We'll see. And of course, we're driving too fast again. As I try to think of where I might be able to go, but I know where I can go that'll have a bunch of spawns. It won't have a bunch of inns and stuff, which I kind of wanted. Ooh, maybe actually we can go down here. No, it's not down here that I have to go. It's up this way. I'm not going to go up to USU, so before anyone suggests I go up to USU, that's out. But there's a park down here we can go check and maybe walk around that for a little bit. And walking around there obviously would help the port keys, because trying to not slow people down, obviously my car is going faster than 15 miles an hour, but my usual ways of driving 15 and under have kind of been taken away. So let's get out here and go see what we can do. And thank you. Oh, maybe we will be good around here. Can gather gifts. I like to make sure of that, just so we aren't wasting a good gift. Okay, let's go see how much we can do walking around, and let's check where the port key is. Ooh, I'm gonna have to turn up the screen brightness though, or else I won't see anything. You guys will, but I won't see anything. Okay, let's go over after this dragon. Ooh, another Antipodian, that's how you say it, I think. No, I'm not going to place the image, but I just want to get out of there quickly. So Okay, while we're walking, let's go see how much. We've got half on the port keys. That works. And that's not too bad considering. Let's see, if I keep walking this way, I think we can get that greenhouse too. So let's see. Are we gonna get close enough? Well, we will see. I'm not gonna say for sure. Sometimes I think we will, and then just the way the GPS acts up, it doesn't take you quite close enough to be able to. I will say my PT will be happy that I've got that we're at a point where I'm able. No, we're not going to get close enough. That's the closest I can get to that one. Where my body's saying, yeah, we can go for a walk. At least for a little while. Because that's where we were at, actually, where I could sit for quite a while, which I'm doing during our streams now. But I could also walk for an okay distance. And we were strengthening that before COVID hit. Then once COVID hit, everything went to crap. And we have a dragon. It's either it's when I'm okay with placing. If we get to place it. And thank you for everyone who's joining in. If we keep this up, we should. I'll go show you guys what in just a second. Once I get these dragons. Where we're at with that. Where we're at with Twitch. Let's also get this in so that it can be resetting. Okay, got everything we can, I think. Yeah, that's a green one. I need white and red right now. Wrong one, channel analytics, okay. It's not gonna disappear to let me show you. See if I turn it, will it? Nope. Sorry, I was gonna show you guys, but it's not gonna let me show you. Oh well. Oh, that's a white one. Okay, there. But thanks to everyone's help, I am definitely doing a lot better than when I met all of you guys. As a reminder, Steph has asked for prayers for her and her daughter. Okay, we have a couple dragons. We can go after dragons again. Just because I can't see it from here, other than that it's giving me a warning, but sometimes it's given me a warning and people say it's just fine. And other times it doesn't give me a warning and people are telling me that there's issues. So I don't fully trust the omelet warning that your stream's working or not working. Okay, let's see where we're at on port keys right now. We were at 0.8 and full. And obviously we're going to have to go somewhere else to get more port keys. So, and the temperature's warm, and so I need to cool off my muscles enough to tell that they start stiffening again, because I can feel that the muscles are working way overtime trying to hold my body together, which isn't necessarily the best thing I could be doing. But that's okay. That's one thing about EDS is for some people, the the warm summers are perfect. They're exactly what they need. They do a lot better in the heat. They've got less pain, everything else. Other people, they are better off in the winter. They dislocate less often. Things like that. Obviously, I'm in the winter group. Let's see, where are we on gifts? That's what I thought. We were getting close. So, come on. Let it go down. Let me go down. And this is what I was afraid was going to start happening. So the reason it's taking longer is because the phone's threatening to overheat. Okay, we got us a few more gifts. So that's what's going on right now is the phones, and it's kind of what I suspected, that the phone would be threatening to overheat. So I'm trying to get it set up so that it can stay on or right against the fan. So that it doesn't keep doing that to us. There, that should be good. So what I did was I wrapped the cord of I have a fan just for the phone, plus then I have the air conditioner for the car. And I have both. I have the cord for the phone fan hooked up to the, if it doesn't fall, hooked up to the cord for the, hooked up to a thing that's hopefully gonna hold it better, right near the car fan. Now I cannot obviously stop for just a little bit. I am going to try and see if we can find parking in that one area I tried to hit, because I think I saw one side had parking and the other didn't, but the direction I was going didn't have parking. So we will go check there to see if we can find more port keys, because by then we should have popped a port key. Well, popped all those port keys. So we need to fill back up. And what dragons are there? I'd love to hear your guys' favorite dragon. Looking at the dragons, I think you've seen them all. If there's one that's your favorite, I'd love to hear it. And I really do appreciate all the support today. If we keep this up, we will definitely be getting, or I think we should definitely be able to get an affiliate. And then from there, like I said, we'll talk about what icons we want. I am thinking our channel points will be Lumos. So a wand with magic coming out of it. And that obviously that would mean, and it kind of goes along with what I think people would assume anyway, that everything that we do with channel points is to bring happiness to someone. Whether it's, hey, stay on longer, whether it's, choosing what we do, kind of guide the raid, guide what the schedule is, different things like that. So, we're at this light again. That's why I'm sitting here, not doing anything really. It does look like there's space down near all those ends though. Another thing we can do, obviously channel points will definitely be choose a gift. So for those those in Wizards Unite that are playing Wizards Unite and want a specific gift, obviously if you're on, you can always tell me a gift too, but That way you could say, hey, send this person an extravagant or whatever. Send this person this gift. Or upgrade the gift or whatever from what they've given me. Usually what I do is I take whatever gift people send me, I try to figure out a similar gift or the same gift. There's one spot, but I'm not going to get in it, so oh well. The same or a similar gift to send them. And so maybe someone sent me a regular runestone and you see I have a bunch of essential runestones. You could say, hey, let's upgrade their gift. Or things like that. But also, and I want to make this clear, if you know someone wants a specific gift and I'm about to send them a different one on stream, you could say, hey, you know, I've heard recently they want this gift. And we will do that. Oh, some information. Laura's mom's name is Britta. Her dad's name is Dan. For anyone who's in the Wizards Unite community. I think you can guess who her parents are. And yes, I did ask. That's actually why I didn't name her yesterday on stream, is I was waiting for the response. Laura is a pureblood. She's not a half-blood. Because Dan is a wizard. I don't know what Dan's job is. She didn't tell me that. I asked her that and she didn't tell me. So we'll see what ends up being Dan's job. But she loves her job. So, there's that for you. Now I gotta untangle the cord. There. That would pop them. Let's go get our eggs. Yay, I got unicorn hair. That one wasn't as good, but that's okay. Toadstools. The ones I like the most out of here are unicorn hair and toadstool. If you haven't figured that out. We may have to go check and see how many more eggs we need. I think it's still a lot, but before we're popping a whole bunch of these and we don't need that many, we may go check. Because I'm not seeing quite as many red, but we can... Last port key for a little bit. And technically you could just click on one and be okay. Let's actually go check before we pick up any, just in case. Oh yeah, we're fine. We actually need more white than we do red, so not a problem at all. I don't see any port keys here I'm gonna go after, and we're full on energy. I forgot that. Okay, next place. This didn't turn out as lucrative as I thought it would. Oh, I know where we can go. Let's go to the baseball fields. For anyone who's in Logan and plays either game, you may know where that is. Just so everyone knows, an option if we aren't playing Wizards Unite and you don't want me writing the story, or if there isn't an event and you don't want me writing the story, or if we've completed the event tasks, we can always work on mapping. There has been a lot of changes to Cache Valley since I last went out and literally mapped the valley for Wizards Unite. There's a lot more stops, and we could possibly even try to submit some more stops. I can't guarantee we would get them. There's one guy in our valley who, when he submits a stop, it gets accepted. It's just the way it is. It gets accepted. And even when we've had 5 other people or 10 other people try and get denied with the very same spot. From what I hear, a very same or similar picture, and it's just for whatever reason where his comes up is accepted. So I can't say my stops will be accepted, but and for anyone who thinks it's literally just knowing how to word it right, Goddess Diana has experienced it, where she's submitted a stop and then turned to him and had him submit it. He gets it approved and she gets it denied. So it doesn't even seem to be that. My guess is what's going on is that his, when he submits it, gets in a certain queue of people who are more likely to just accept stops and not do their due diligence as much. And not even that. I think, in fact, that they're more likely to say yes, is what I'm saying, than to say no. Whereas I think some people are more, I've seen, so basketball courts and playgrounds are accepted submissions. They completely fill everything in the submission criteria. I've submitted those with Brett's account and had them denied because and their reasoning is not even something that makes sense with the fact it's a playground. I can't remember what exactly the reasoning was, but I went, did you even look at what it was submitted as? I think it was submitted as not historical. And it's like, it doesn't have to be historical. It does have to fulfill certain criteria, and I totally accept that. But one of those criteria is literally a playground, a public playground. And it's a public playground, and they submit it as not historical or something like that. And it's like, huh? So it does seem to be what group your submissions end up in that determines if they'll get accepted or not, or if the person looking at them even understands the submission criteria for accepting a stop. And some people will say, well, there's so many stops near there, that's why they're doing it. No, the area this playground was in does not have very many stops at all compared to a lot of Logan. I think there's maybe 5 in a radius of like 3 miles, 2 or 3 miles if you start from my house. If you start from maybe it's like 3 in the radius of a mile. And I say radius, meaning some of them you'd have to get, if you started at one end, to get all the way across to get all 3 of those, you would be walking to probably at least 2 miles. If you could, or, probably about 2 miles, if you could walk straight as the crow flies. But not being able to walk straight, it's going to be over 2 miles. Go figure. So, no, we have not been able to figure out the reasoning behind what stops are accepted and what aren't. And that's part of the reason I have to drive everywhere, is because for me to get to stops, there's one about a mile away, or 3/4 of a mile to a mile. One about, what am I thinking? Where is it? There. About half a mile away. And yeah, the other one, so maybe there's 3 in a radius from my place. And another one's about, another one is about 3/4, but you have to cross the highway to get to it, so it's impossible to get to it by walking. Another one is about 3/4 of a mile away. And each of those, the three I can get to, form a triangle. So for me to hit each of those stops would be probably about 3 miles. And I'd have either, I can't remember what one is. I would have one inn and one greenhouse. But no fortresses whatsoever in that area. And like I said, 2 to 3 miles to get there, around to get there, and then I'd still have to get home. Get there, and that's starting at the first one. So I would have to get to the first one, and then I would have to get home. So we're talking more like probably a 5-mile thing to be able to get stops without driving somewhere. And once I'm driving, I might as well hit as many as possible because of that. Okay, let's see. Nope, we don't want any of these port keys, portmanteaus, whatever you want to call them. But we can go after the dragons. Thank you for all the support today. We have been live for over an hour, and we still have 5 viewers, so that should help a lot with getting the average viewers. And we can definitely place that one. And I would like to get these eggs also, but I want to get the other page to gold first, just because then when dragons show up around me, I can actually use them. Because once everything, all the dragon pages are gold, then it's just going from there. The nice thing would be that would also mean we can go after whatever dragons we want. We aren't limited by the dragons. So. Let's, I guess, try to find somewhere else to get port keys. Let's go down to this park that's right here too. Maybe over there we can stop and get more dragons and get a port key or two. We will see. But that is why I'm right now prioritizing the white and red port keys, is so that they're all at red, and then from there we can get whatever port keys we want or we see that are on the ground to try until we have some at Green Star. And we can go after every dragon there is, because it won't be an issue to go after dragons, because even if they're green starred, doesn't matter. You get benefit from them. And like I said, the port keys, it'll be getting them to that point, but we need to work on all of them. So let's put it in park and look around. There's a red we can go after. You know what? Let's just walk around here for just a bit and see if we run into any more. Because it is an area that's kind of full of stuff. And it's a park. And I've been in the car long enough, I've cooled down at least a little bit, so. In fact, it was an area like this I posted a basketball court and a playground, and neither got approved. And this guy has gotten, as you can see, a 10 in a short area approved. In fact, that's also kind of what I'm going to look at is, no, I'm not trying to look at the pavilion. I'm trying to look right behind it. Why am I not getting the playground? Why is my person not moving? That's why I'm not getting the playground. Come on. I'm gonna restart the game just because sometimes that'll force it to walk. Okay, I already went after the pavilion. Okay, we're in the playground, that's why. Okay. Wonder if we can look at what he submitted. Nope. That's okay. There's a red. Hey, I went after that port key. That red. Oh, there's another red over here. Let's go look at the gifts. Make sure we're not maxing out on gifts. And what I may do is I may write him and ask for any suggestions he can give while we're submitting. To get them approved. We'll go down after two more of these. See, he's been around here submitting stuff when and getting them accepted, and then other people submitted them and had them denied. Oh well, back to the car, but we will go after that dragon. Okay, back to the car. Wrong one. There we go. Now let's see where else we can head. Thank you for everyone that's joining, and even if you're just lurking, I really appreciate it. But please also know you feel free to respond. Like, we can talk about dragons, we can talk about the book I'm writing, we can talk about what type of future books, if you'd like me to continue writing once I'm done with this book. Anything like that, I am more than, we can talk about a lot of different things. So please feel free to comment. Obviously, when I'm driving and not walking, I don't look at my phone. But I do try to check it when I'm stopped to see if you guys have said anything. So there's that. Some other things we can talk about is, what would you guys like to see for channel points? For our Lumos points? What different options would you like to see? I will have a hydrate option and a stretch break. I may do a take a break option that when I'm typing can be used to just sit back and talk to us or whatever for a bit. Obviously, when I'm writing, at least that sentence would have to be finished for me to take a break. When I'm doing Wizards Unite, walking around, it could be used to find a seat somewhere and sit down and talk to us, or just sit down and relax for a little bit. People who have watched my channel in the past know sometimes when I'm first well, not just when I'm first. Know that sometimes I get talking to you guys, playing in the game and talking to you guys, and I completely lose track of what I'm doing, and I walk way too far. Things like that just push my muscles way too far. And then I crash. I literally, the next day, it's almost impossible for me to get out of bed because I've pushed my muscles too far. And it takes me a while to be able to regain, or I have to keep pushing, and basically I'm in pain and I have to keep pushing through it until the muscles that I broke down actually get a chance to heal. For people who don't understand EDS, because of the higher pressure put on the muscles, I think is probably the way to put it. The pressure put on the muscles to hold everything together. Our body is frequently healing from small injuries, or is like constantly healing from small injuries that for most people, their body wouldn't have to, would take seconds to heal or things like that. Well, I shouldn't say that. Most people don't usually get. That's the key. Is most people only get those when they start pushing their muscles. Well, someone with EDS, our muscles are constantly engaged. So, to show you, to kind of give an example, it's like if you were wearing body armor all the time. Eventually your muscles get to where they're used to it, but then when you do something, move slightly different or things like that, your muscles have to adapt to that. My doctor, or I've been told by my PT and a few other people, it's kind of as though someone with EDS is running a marathon every day. So you take the fact that we're running a marathon every single day, and then you figure in from there, what would you feel like? Your body would have to take more to heal, even if it was at the point it was used to running that marathon every day. It would take more to keep it healthy. And even then, if you're running a marathon and you get sick, or you're starting to get sick, you can stop running the marathon until you heal from being sick. Someone with EDS, the only way to stop running that marathon is basically to lay in bed and not move. So we can't stop running that marathon just because we got exposed to a virus or something like that. And so the body's taxed even more than someone without EDS. So it takes longer when we do injure or get sick or things like that for our body to heal, because it puts healing at a lower priority than life functions, than that running the marathon. And one thing to be aware of is when you exercise to where it hurts, you're breaking down the muscles. That's actually how you strengthen a muscle, is you break it down and repair it. Well, with EDS, we have to stop right as we're starting to feel fatigue. To strengthen our muscles, the best option is to feel fatigue when you go to bed. That way you have your whole night that you're not doing anything for those muscles to start healing any damage that happened during the day, and to hopefully, and this is what the idea is, to be prepared for you to do it again the next day. The idea being, if you can push it just to that point every day, you will be constantly strengthening the muscles a tiny amount. They will get just a tiny bit stronger. So the muscle build is not the noticeable muscle build that that people expect from exercise. It's a much slower muscle build. But at the same time, honestly, one thing I think happens is a lot of people with EDS actually are the ones that can be quote quote fat but fit. We talked about that frequently in some of my classes in school, how there were some people, and they didn't know why, who would be fat but fit. And I think the key being with EDS, you have the reserves to fall back on. Now that doesn't mean we shouldn't be aware of our body fat percentage and do what we can to be healthy. It just means maybe heredity has trained our bodies to want that extra fat, and we have to work harder on it. At a stable weight, a set weight, doesn't like to change weight. It's very hard to get it to set a new weight range, but you can do it. It's just very, very difficult. Well, mine seems to be even more stubborn than most, as in I have had weighed the very same despite reducing the amount I was exercising and everything, and having lost muscle mass, so having to slowly build it back up. I have been at the same weight and all of that happening in the past year. And the year before that, I was building up muscle after almost a year of complete bed rest, when I did put on a lot of weight. Because we couldn't figure out what was going on with my blood sugars. Well, I have been pretty much stable in my weight for 2 years, despite all of the physical changes and things like that should, quote, quote, should have affected my weight positively and negatively. Positively when I put on extra muscle, negatively when I lost muscle. It hasn't seemed to have affected mine at all. So, I've been within 5 pounds, I think, of the same weight every single time I've gone to the doctor for 2 straight years. Obviously, we want to change that and get back to my lower weight. I would like to hit my first goal. Yeah. I would like to at first hit about what my pregnancy weights were each of my pregnancies, because yes, I'm over that. I would like to hit the weights that I would hit during pregnancy, right near the end of pregnancy. I would like to hit that and be able to at least maintain and not go above that for a while. And then from there, go to before, at when I would get pregnant, what the weight there is. And then review. But those are going to be long term. Right now, more I'm focused on getting to where I can function like a normal human being. My doctor says he doesn't want me working at all from here on out. I get sick. At least if it's he's okay with me working a job where I can work from home during fall and winter and maybe spring. But I have to be able to work from home and kind of set my own hours during fall and winter. So that if I'm sick, I'm not pushing my body to go into an office or go somewhere to work. He knows I would push my body still to get the work done, but at least I'm not also having to go somewhere to do it. And then from there, plus getting me out of the areas where people are more likely to be sick. Anyway. And then from there, if I'm sick enough to be able to say, sorry, you know what, I'm just too sick to even work from home. I need to give my body some time to recuperate and do that. Well, obviously, there aren't very many of those types of jobs around, and usually you have to have a job before they'll consider something like that. So I'm kind of up a creek without a paddle, I guess you could say, with working. But at the same time, unless it's like, obviously that's one reason, or if Twitch were to take off, great. If not, I do have some other books I'm working on that I was working on, that once my body says, okay, you're good, you can handle what you're doing, add in some more, and once I'm working on figuring out a setup so I can just go in and sit down and work on them. Be able to think, concentrate, and work on them. I will be honest, right now when I stream on the writing streams, I stream them from my bed. Not the smartest idea, especially if I want to start working on getting more regular hours other than Twitch. Like on actual things I have to stop and think about a lot. Kind of more of a work type thing. I need to do that in bed, especially writing two different types of stories. And they're two completely different types of stories. The stories I'm writing right now, not on stream, are not stories that I don't think I would write them on stream unless people wanted. They're religious stories, I'm going to make that clear. And so if I did that, it would probably be on a Saturday, Sunday of conference is all. Around conference sessions, unless you guys specifically ask for me to write them on stream. But even then, I'm very hesitant. They have nothing to do with the magical world, the works. So I might even feel I had to create another channel for that, like do it on my husband's user, see if I could use his and stream it or something. And seems like a lot of effort to go to that I'm not sure I want to do. So let's see how we're doing on the event. We already have the portmanteaus, dragon eggs. We're doing okay. I'm just driving around trying to think of where I can find more port keys. And kind of dragons, but more port keys. I'm figuring that you guys must want me to keep continuing because we still have 4 viewers, it looks like. I may need to double check that, see if Twitch is agreeing that there's 4 viewers. Maybe I'll do that at the next stop. Should I get out and walk again? No. My hip's acting up. We're done walking for the day. Sorry. I was going to. I really was going to. But then I noticed that my hip's telling me, you've walked too far. Especially in the heat, and that's the problem. So this winter, this fall winter, I'm hoping to be able to be at a point we could go do some really good walks together. I will throw that out. We have a walk called the Planet Walk. I'd love to take you guys down. If we did that, I might even go to AR mode sometime, while going on the Planet Walk, and let you guys see what it looks like down there. Because it's a really pretty area. We could go down, walk around First Dam. That would be a cool area to walk around as we map it. Depending on how far we can walk, we find we can walk. The Planet Walk, actually, if we get to that point, they have sections and stuff that I believe is still open, such that you can walk from near Willow Park, which is the fairgrounds that I told you about that we frequently drive around, all the way over to our house. Now, not necessarily a lot of stops along the way. That may be one thing, is we could look for more stops. But it would be something interesting to do. Or it might be something interesting to do if I can get my body into that shape. I know some people, or I know a lot of places are pushing a lot of 5Ks and everything else right now. And I have some family members who do run, who I suspect have EDS, but the recommendation with EDS is just because the extra jostling that it puts on the joints, that people with EDS don't run that much. Now, obviously you can build up to where you can. just like everything else, you can strengthen the muscles to where they can definitely hold during a run and support plenty during a run. To be honest, I don't know that my body's ever going to reach the point that that's going to happen, just because the amount of muscles I would have to develop in my ankle to do a lot of those 5Ks or real marathons or stuff like that is pretty significant. I can go for a walk, and if I'm not aware, I will end up on the complete edge of my foot. They're just so screwed up. Just where the muscles can move, the range of motion in my ankles, basically, that my muscles can move my ankle to, is a lot. So not stretching anything, just where my muscles can actually move my ankle to is much higher than most people's. And so they also have to work harder to make sure that they don't end up in a weird position that stretch them because of that. I mean, I've been in PT. My PT knows my ankles, but my PT trains other PTs. He basically helps train those that are new, going to graduate or whatever, kind of your internships and stuff. My PT helps with that. And he's got to the point he generally just, "You're still okay?" "Yeah." Or, "Well, we have I'm training this person." "Yep, it's fine." He does still check, but he's also aware. Like, we were talking just recently, he's got someone in for a month with him right now. And he told her, "Okay, I've got someone who may have her fibia, who's been having her fibial head dislocated every single time she comes in recently. And so, if so, you'll probably get a chance to feel it." And this was before I had even had my first session with him where I gave permission. And before, as we were headed in, I'm like, "You know my feeling. If someone can learn about EDS and how to treat it, please, I beg you." Not only are you asking me, or not, it's not so much that as I'm asking you to please train her. And you could see she was kind of like, "Okay." And then after he pointed out, "And this was the person I was talking about with this." And you could see the gears start spinning in her head as she realized, wow, she really has made it very clear to him that she's totally okay with you training people in EDS. But I was showing her the range of motion the first or second day that my ankle had, and she was shocked. You could see her going, "Wait a minute, it's not supposed to reach those, to go in those ways." As I said, I'd love to know. I have decided that. So let's see about starting Portuguese. it takes me what I'm doing right now is I was unwrapping the cord again. Okay, nothing there. Port key. Okay, let's quickly jump over to here. Let's check stream now. We will go check a couple other places. And then plan that. Or, well, we'll check when I get to the next place that I'm thinking, which will be another park. And if they are the same, I think when we get there, I don't know how long it'll take us to make it to our car insurance place and make sure things are taken care of there. And I'll probably call Brett up and see how he's doing. If he's home, he may not have called because I did leave the stream on for him at home partway so he would be able to see what's going on, so he would know, partway hoping on the views and stuff. I did realize last night somehow we got an extra page opened up. So sorry for anyone I watched last night that the channel points didn't, or the views didn't go up. I honestly did not realize that it was open and I couldn't figure out what was going on. And I had just figured Twitch was being weird on my end, which in a way it was, but it was my fault. And then of course today we saw that Twitch was totally being weird. For anyone who is curious, that first half hour of stream, so I guess we've only been live for maybe an hour and a half. But that first half hour of stream, I went live on Omelette 3 times. Then I switched over to Twitch. Then I switched over to Streamlabs. Then I switched back to Omelette. And then I looked up and saw that I wasn't the only one having issues. That 50% of the Is It Down were all for streaming on Omelette. Or not on Omelette, on Twitch. Which made it very clear, even more so, it wasn't even just my phone when 50% of the outage reports. And there was a huge jump of outages right at that time too, with 50% of those reports being that people were having trouble streaming. And so, and you know, not everyone who was having trouble went and reported it. It was just people who, like me, who got frustrated and went to look and saw that, oh look, other people are having trouble and also report it. Or that go in and report it because whenever they have trouble, no matter what. So I suspect something happened with Twitch's servers or something, that their streaming was having issues. Because it's the only way I can think of they would have had that would have happened. Now, whether it was just in general and it was anyone who was streaming before the server started having issues. Sorry, I have the hiccups. Before it started having issues, was able to keep streaming without an issue, or if it was or what happened there, if it was an area of the country or what, the country or the world, I don't know, but I know that there were issues. So okay, it looks like viewership is down. We will quickly look at, yep, catch a couple things here. And let's go see who we can raid. Let's check here. Actually, let's check the art party first. I don't think I've managed to catch Umbreon so far, and it looks like she should still be live. She or he. Umbreon's one. Wrong one. There we are. So we will go raid them. Thanks, and I will see you guys tomorrow. It should be raiding. Let's try again. See if it works this way. I'm seriously trying to raid someone. Should we try Jess instead? No. Okay, I guess we're somehow over there. Anyway, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.